K&N filter kit for the 15 Ram Cummins. That's the part number. Let's unpackage it. New boot, clamps, down tube, which is one of the most important changes here in this intake. And the filter itself. I know this isn't one of the higher name brand kits, but I can't see spending the money for putting another air box in my truck that looks identical to the stock one. So there's the filter, and we'll get to pulling out this intake. Okay, we're going to take apart this stock air box, put the K&N in it, just a 5/16 socket. Get taking it apart. The instructions do say to take the battery cables off and pull these plugs out, but I've cleaned this filter before and I've never had to unplug these, so I'm just going to try it without for now. And see, you got all kinds of room to put it together, so I don't know why they want you to unplug the sensors. Factory cleaner. The truck's got 7,000 miles on it, and I have blew this out once after my first oil change. Down inside here is the Ram Active Air. This little gate swings back and forth to open either the fender well intake or the grill intake. On the other brand, they give you a new box. You actually got to take your parts from your factory box and install it in their new one. And for the fancy top on it, I couldn't see the extra over $100 for it. One more clamp down in there, and I will get this tube out of the way. As you can see in here, that's that muffler, intake muffler, if you will. And putting that other tube on from K&N will straighten out the airflow, make it a little better. So that's the menagerie from the factory. I know they're trying to straighten that airflow out. to get it into the turbocharger straight. That's what I'm guessing they're trying to do with it. That looks like a little glass pack muffler for the intake. So here's the comparison. The new K&N downpipe, which isn't hardly any different from the other brands, and then the stock one. Let's put her together. K&N. I know there's going to be some haters that say I need a big honking air filter in here, or these oiled filters aren't very good, but obviously they haven't paid attention to the aftermarket world and motorcycles and sand rails and everything. I ran my Power Stroke that I used to have with a K&N in it for 12 years, never had one bit of problem. Intake tube was always clean, so the haters can hate. But I'm a K&N fan. Well, that just dropped in just like nothing. So let's here's down in there where that tube goes into the turbo. We'll just button this lid back up and put her together. Really nice snug fit. Goes in just a little bit tighter than that factory one did. Okay, that boot down there, I did have to clock it to the right just a little bit. And it was surprising actually how loose that clamp was from the factory. I'm really glad I actually had to do that. So, those two little divots right there, drop her in. So now it's down there in that boot. Little divots are for the lines right there. I know. EGR stuff, I need to delete it, blah blah, but for now it's staying on. I don't have the $2,600 even to change the exhaust out with the tuning required, so this is it for now for this truck for as far as engine stuff. Let me put this, I'll go ahead and put this clamp in there, or this boot. Okay. I believe that's that. Feel down in here, make sure that the clamp's good. Maybe I'll give it just one more check. If I can get my ratchet to cooperate. Oh, there we go. Feels pretty good. So there it is. Installed. K&N intake system. Pretty nice fit. I'm really glad I actually had to clock that bottom boot down there, because the factory didn't have it tight. It was just finger tight. But anyway, this is a lot more friendlier on the pocketbook than the other brands. Don't have the fancy lid, but this one will work just as good. I'll post my results for mileage and stuff, which through the winter months is probably going to be worse than the summer months with the winter fuel around this area. But anyway, here we go. We'll run her down the road and see how it sounds.